Boom. Yo, what's up, everybody? How we doing? Welcome to the JChains Crypto Show. This is the first one of these. I freaking figured that, seeing as how we got that song written by 74K for Crypto Crossfire, and Crypto Crossfire used to be at 4 p.m. Eastern. That's a no-brainer. So that's the intro song, baby. Taking it from Crossfire, which is fine because it was written by 74K. So thank you. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us. Make sure that you smash that like button on your way in here. Definitely help the channel and the stream grow. Super excited to be doing this 4 p.m. Eastern, man. It's a great time to do a show because I've had people yelling at me. Not really yelling. You guys are awesome. But a lot of people have said, 9 a.m. Eastern is pretty early. We got a lot of people that check in from the West Coast, other parts of the world. And, that time frame is a little challenging for some people. So definitely excited about doing something in the afternoon. And this way, we've got a bunch of friends out in Cali that, it's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So we'll get a chance to talk to them because 6 a.m. is usually a little too early for people. So, boom. That's what's up. How we feeling? I was checking the chat. I was in the chat a little bit before we went live. Y'all are freaking awesome, man. Y'all showed up early, getting in there, getting things rolling. Appreciate you. Yeah, so go ahead and let's get that the chat rolling. If anybody wants to be a mod, had a couple of requests early on. Please just request. And you guys are good. I'm a trusting guy, so I figure we could we get that going. So good to see a bunch of people in here. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate. No, we are not only on YouTube. I should mention, in good old fashioned multi-streaming, trying to be on as many channels as possible. Streaming to YouTube and Twitter, but I also set up a Rumble account today. So first time live on Rumble today. I hope that's going well. I don't even know how the F to check that. So if you are on Rumble, maybe you can hit the chat. Maybe it'll come through. Maybe it won't. I don't even know. But let's dig on in, baby. All right. There we go. That's what we want to do. Let's just check at the markets really quick because there was a couple coins that I was looking at today that, man, I'll tell you what, they are looking juicy and juicy. IMX on a tear. We'll take a look at the charts in a little bit here to see what we should do. I'm wondering if it's like take some profits time when we get to a certain marker. I thought $3 was going to be kind of my next move, but looking at the chart, and again, we'll look at it in a little bit here. I think we're going to find some resistance, and so maybe what we want to do is get out of our position of IMX, wait for a retrace because it's been doing pretty good. I think like the last 2 months. So let's crypto market down 0.3%. That's nothing to worry about today. What we really want to be focusing on is where are the opportunities. Now you look, there you go, 24-hour IMX up 6.2%, but really rounded flare. I mean, some people like flare. Render, that is a good one. I like render because of where we're going with, VR, AR, all that stuff. Render is going to be, they're like I think like the obvious choice, right? The high cap, it's a $1.6 billion market cap. So it's like the high market cap choice for that ecosystem. So, I mean, that's probably a good pickup today, that it's down a little bit. But Bitcoin coming at 42.3. There's the key resistance point. What everybody's been talking about, 44.6. We got to get to 44.6 and we got to get up over 44.6 and hang there in order for things to go in the right direction. Everybody's talking about, what the mooch said. Let's figure where we're at the halving and then multiply it by 4. And that's where we're going to get, at the peak of the bull run, whatever. So let's get it to, 50,000, multiply that by 4, right? And then so we could have a $200,000 Bitcoin. I much rather prefer that than, I know Corey, who's in the chat, my guy, Corey, actually won a hat. He participated in the tinfoil hat competition last week for a Web3 breakfast. So we actually, I was supposed to pick a winner this morning for the pizza tracksuit challenge. but I forgot all about that. So we'll do that tomorrow on Web3 Breakfast, guys, in case you haven't tuned into that. That's 9 a.m. Eastern. And now we're doing the JChains Crypto Show at 4 p.m. Pacific Eastern. So let's see. Where were we? I was looking at the chat and that pizza. Yeah, I know. What's up, 6 a.m. Doug? What's up, Desert Crypto? Hey, by the way, Desert Crypto, I want to make sure that we do let's do the JPEG junkie thing. I want to do a JPEG junkie, like, kind of, we were talking about spilling the tea, and then looking at some of the tea, kind of looking at the conversation both ways, because I don't know all what happened, but obviously I was there in the beginning. I know a lot about the project, but would love to do that with you guys. Let me know what day works for you. We could set that up on Web3 Breakfast this week or next week, whatever works for you guys. So Jacob, we gotta start building that RWA portfolio. I know. I gotta do is shift some things around. So I posted yesterday on my Twitter. We can look at that in a second here. I posted something on my Twitter, and I'll pull it up on this other screen. Yesterday, it was a little bit of a chart that I was looking at. It's not RWA, but it's an AI thing. AI Tech was the project. I can pull this up so we can see this over here. Give me 1 second. And that was a project that I shifted actually out of my shrap. So I got out of my shrapnel position, and I got some of this stuff. And it was like, I ended up getting like 100 and I think $110 of it. It went down a little bit this morning, whatever. I don't know what, I haven't even looked today. How do I make this bigger? Why isn't this? There we go. So this AI technology thing, this thing was like a 1.4, or so they got like 10 million tokens is the total supply. So, I mean, who knows what the fuck's going to happen with this thing, but it was a $1.43 million market cap. So, who knows? It's just a couple days old. It's, as you can see, this was the 12 hour. So 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 days old. So we'll see. It could be someone else's liquidity, someone's exit liquidity, and it could have a chance. But you never really know what some of these low caps are going to do. And listen, I played enough of the soul shit casino to know that if you're trying to get something out the gate, you're going to have a hard time actually catching something that's real. A lot of those things, when you want to catch something that's brand new, so that you can really just capitalize on the returns, man, there's a lot of misses. I'll tell you that. And so what I did was kind of shift my strategy a little bit, and I thought, listen, if something makes it into the millions and it's a few days old, that has a better opportunity of withstanding maybe a little bit of a comeback, to see what you can kind of catch after these things go down a little bit. But whatever, you never really know what they're going to do. All right, so back to whoop. Oh, that was great. Let me share my screen again. Sorry about that. Here we go. CoinGecko. All right. Anything else that's let's look at things that we should be looking for opportunities at. ICP. I got pissed off because I tried to go long on ICP, and it just kept going down on me, and I lost a pretty decent sized position on Femex a couple weeks ago. And so I am not in the market for ICP right now because I thought it was going to go up, and it did not. Ethereum Classic. I don't know why people still buy that shit. I don't know why. Good thing that's going down. Injective. That's something that I would get at a little bit of a discount. Conflux, I would get at a discount. Chili's, you hear a lot about it, man, but I tell you what, I feel like that thing had its time. I don't know anything about it anymore. At one point I did. WeMix like to make fun of that as being the Mike Tyson coin. WeMix. I like crypto, and WeMix is the one that I want. They call me an animal. And if you didn't know who that was Mike Tyson. Avalanche. I like to see Avalanche on a discount. I also hate to see it on a discount. That is a long-term bag of mine. So that's why I like to see it, because these kind of days, this is a good, a DCA in day. Like, it's down a couple percent. Scoop up a couple up. Maybe I'll do that. And I made some weird mistake the other day where I was swapping something on Ethereum. I was doing it on Uniswap, and ended up getting like Avalanche wormhole. So I got to fix that. I don't even know how I made that mistake, but so don't pay attention to what you guys are doing. Cardano discount today below 50 cents. What do we think about that? Cardano and XRP. Like, how heavily manipulated are these two coins being right now? What do you guys think? Let's see what you think about that in the chat, because listen, I've been talking a little bit about XRP lately. We know that there has been something going on, because while everything was going, it was just going down, down, down. And Cardano, you hear some people talking about how, it's and I say some people, it's, sitting here with Ben, he was talking about this a few weeks ago, about, with Cardano. And anyway, I forget what were you saying about Cardano, about how it was having some issues, man. Anyway, that escaped me. But you just feel like, why are some of these coins that uh should be moving in the positive direction or not? And it's just, pure suppression and manipulation. And I would say specifically, talking about that, I'm talking about freaking XRP. And I know that some people are fed up with it and it hasn't moved. And, a lot of people, but okay, so why do you think that it's trash? Because it's not moving? Corey? Corey said in the chat, I'll pull this one up. I'll start looking in the chat a little bit here so we can communicate with you guys. Why can't we all just agree that XRP is trash? But why would you say that XRP is trash? So for real, because if this thing has clearly been manipulated, that is not to the fault of, say, the community or, anybody that's, working with the project or whatever. I think, we see that, yes, they are manipulating their own supply by doing a lot of selling with the price suppression. I mean, that is known. The time's got to come, though. It just has to. I was looking at here. Let's pull this up, because I did. This is the AVAX chart. I was looking at this earlier this morning. This is the spot trading. And I actually tweeted something the other day about this. And if you zoom the F out, actually, so we're on the daily. So go on to the monthly here for XRP. And you can see, well, let's turn some of these things off, because this is going to make it harder to get off there, buddy. And we can keep the demo. So you can see that, while it had like a nice little time here in 2021, and obviously 2022 and beyond have been a little bit of a challenge, but right here you see at the end of 2022, so all of last year it was actually up, overall up, and it's still on that trajectory. Now, in my opinion, we are going to have to touch this line. We are going to have to touch this line one more time. So if it's boring, I get it. Like, just set in an order. In my opinion, like right now, like what I'm going to do is set in an order every day that changes, right? So just in case it ends up coming down to the line. So 41.6, right? Just set in order down there. So if this thing wicks down, it picks you up and it takes you along for the ride, because once you touch this line, if you end up getting smoked out of a trade because it goes down, I think it's really bad news if you go down below the entire, like, trajectory of the monthly chart from this whole thing. But if this thing touches that line, there is a higher percentage chance, in my opinion, that thing is going to skyrocket. And we know that we're getting close to the start of an actual bull run. I think that kind of that pre-run that we all experienced, where we saw some things pop off, that was very exciting. Yeah, the pre-halving. It's that thing ended, and now we're just going to go a little sideways, maybe a little downward until then. And that's why I think, like, picking up XRP in the low 40 cents I mean, you probably have, the next, because remember, this is the monthly. You really have until, like, man, it wouldn't make it till July. It's gonna have to happen between, now and the halving. It's gonna have to. And you know what? I want to put up a poll. What do you guys say? Do you say halving, or do you pronounce the L or no? Let's see. How do I do this here? Hide chat, show chat, poll. Here we go. Start up a poll. How do you with? All right, polls up. Do you pronounce the L or do you not pronounce the L? That's the question. Um, Corey, in my defense, the very first Bitboy video I watched was about XLM. Immediately talked me into disliking XRP, so I've held on to that since the beginning. I mean, that's really funny, like, and I understand that. There are your first impression to, a lot of these things is just how it goes. It's 6 a.m. I say like harving. I love that. I should have put a third option in there, something else, and you could have hit that one 6 a.m. back. Apologies for that. Uh, but oh, that's funny. All right, so back to this. Looking at these XRP charts again, I really think again, and if I were because I was trying to, like when Ben was trying to catch that trade, and listen, we were both trying to catch it because here was the deal, like if we caught that thing right in the beginning and that thing lived on throughout the bull market, like that trade just while you're going to get destroyed in some way in like funding fees because you're in a trade so long. At some point, that number outweighs what you're going to get whacked in fees anyway. So who gives a shit? It would have just been like the legend trade, right? But now, after getting smoked out, thinking that it should have gone up and it didn't, and stepping back, like I'd see this monthly line, and that's where I put my money 100% is making sure that like this thing is going to come down and touch the line. It has to, and if it doesn't, bounce off of it and go up, then obviously, at this point, you're going to see it down, way into the 30 cents. Cause I don't think you have, I mean, history would say you have support in the 20-cent range. And once you see XRP in the 20-cent range, like, fuck, who knows where we're at in crypto. That's like seeing Bitcoin not holding the 30K level and then not probably holding a 20K level. Who knows what happens? And I know some people were who was talking for that, right? At least that it was like a hypothetical, and I'm sure it was just clickbait, right? I don't know if it was Dino Bets, Whale Bets, or one of those fucking accounts, Whale, whatever, where they were talking about Bitcoin potentially making a head and shoulders pattern. I was actually watching AJ this morning, very doom and gloom about kind of where you're seeing some of this stuff, and I get being a little bit more reserved on things so that you don't hype and get people wrecked, but at some point, like, scared money don't make money, right? Like they've got all these expressions and sayings that, you've got to, I guess, put it out there in order to really, you could be risk adverse. I understand that. Some people are just a little bit ready to dominate this market. And that's what I'm ready to do. And I hope you guys are well. Ready to do that as well. I wanted to take a look at a couple news articles just to see if anything happened throughout the day. I love this when I saw this up here on CoinDesk. Let me switch over here so you guys can see this. Real world asset tokenization is fake news by Dave Hendricks. I thought that was pretty funny. Yes, Mike, that was a crypto face song, and I love that lyric. And it's so true, though, right? Scared money don't make no money. I mean, you're going to make money, but it's not the same kind if you don't take chances. And obviously, the harvening, I think that's the new way to do it. Let me check the where we at on here. Without the L's winning so far, 62-38, 59-41. Yeah, get those votes in. Don't forget to get your votes in. Come on now. I don't think I have sound effects on here. I'm not using headphones, so I can't hear myself. Does this sound like a robot or no? Just herb or herb? Herb. No H. It is definitely. Pass me the herbs, please. I'd like some rosemary, maybe some thyme. Some herbs. Some herbs on my pizza. All right, where the heck were we? You guys. Chainlink on a tear. This is the year, and that's because of RWAs that I'm going to get back into Chainlink. I don't know if you guys know this. Several years ago, I got fished and hacked of my suicide stack of Chainlink. I was a loyal Link Marine, mother chuckers. I was a Link Marine, and that's why when Kennan's talking about becoming the leader of the Link Marines, like it's like an all or nothing thing for me. Like I would have to like take on the persona of the whatever the leader of the Link Marine position would be called. I don't even know what the leader is. We'd have to talk about this and figure it out. But you seeing this thing continue to go. Finally, it's on a 22-month high. I think it cracked the top 10 at some point today, which is fantastic to see this. Um, it's time that we really talk about Link again in a real for me, non-PTSD way. And I say that jokingly, but it really is because like it was the same. And I don't know if you guys are superstitious. And maybe I was a baseball player, right? And so like superstition plays one of those stupid roles in my life. Like BNB. Like I don't own any BNB token, and I know that's it's the DJs playground and all that stuff. I could get to it if I needed to, but I don't own it because I got hosed in my opinion, right? Like when you started your account with Binance a long time ago, you got a whole bunch of free tokens, and then there was ways to get more and all this shit. And so when it hit, I think finally hit $8, I sold all of my BNB tokens, thinking I was a fucking king. And like no joke, like within like just a couple months is when it shot up to like $600. And it was one of those things where I said I will never, ever, ever own BNB token again because of that. Drove me freaking crazy. All right. Enrique Suave said he's not high up in the Link army, probably just a Link liaison at best. Hey, it doesn't matter. If when I become in charge, and Kenan, I'm going to need you to help me with this. So let's chat in the background here. But when this happens, when the time comes, and we take our position as the leader of the Link Marines, everybody's coming with. That's what it is. Everybody's coming with. So doesn't matter how many you have, as long as you got a couple. You got to have more than one. If you have 2 Link tokens, you're in. And I say so. It's just really time to get back in, knowing that I would I probably wait for a little retracement on Link to get back to the $15 or $16 range. Maybe. If you look at this chart that we've got in this story here, do you think we'll see a retracement? Does FTX have any Link tokens? Do any of we got to look at all the different scenarios that would cause any kind of sell pressure, but get this thing in the 1650 range. Now again, you're going to see a lot of support here. Technically you should, so we'll see. Something to be looking out for. I mean, this thing's been on a rip though. Yeah, definitely cracked the top 10 today, which good for Linky, baby. Stinky Linkies. We've got this investor, Chris Burniske, saying crypto correction most likely scenario moving forward. I think this is all the same stuff that we're all talking about. So, these guys, they get their time in the press. Let me click some of these. I got to get the ad blocker on this computer, but risk assets want a Goldilocks economy, not too strong, not too weak. If numbers come in too strong, the Fed will have a little reason to cut, especially if strong numbers mean inflation fears return. And in my opinion, they'd prefer to remain restricted for too long, let that inflation raise its head again. I'll tell you what, man. Good old Gare Bear. I believe that we were supposed to see a rate decrease. And from what I understand, you guys could, feel free to correct me in the chat. But I believe that percentage of the rate cut happening in the month of March just went down. Oh, hey, Dougie. I see Dougie's in the chat. What's up, Dougie Hype? You would tell them that crypto value is tied to pizza if you want to FUD crypto. I mean, that's what I would do. I think there is a very strong correlation, Doug, between crypto and pizza. I think it's something that represents good taste, both like with your tongue and having good taste as an individual. It's all about understanding the necessities. Whereas cake, if you guys don't know Doug Hype, he's a good friend of mine, but he's got this strange obsession with cake. And it provides no sustenance in life. It's it's one of those things where uh, it touches your gluttony receptors. Pizza Dow says you're the largest benefactor and supporter. Absolutely. I love Pizza Dow. I attempted to host the Atlanta Pizza Day Bitcoin Pizza Day party this past year. It went well for as much time and resource that we had to plan it. We had a good group of guys that and gals that came and hung out, and we did our thing. I would host another event, but I'm with everybody in the chat saying pizza. I mean, there's millions of people watching this, Doug, and they all agree that pizza is where it's at. So. And about hey, well, unlike this is a conversation that we're having with the chat really quick. Doug says Bobcat misses me, but Bobcat comes to Web3 breakfast, so we talk. You should try coming sometime. 9 a.m. Eastern. Although now you could come to this. And what I would like to do, Doug, this is a show where I will do collaborations with other key opinion leaders in the space, and I consider you not only a friend but an expert in your realm here in Web3. So you're gonna have to come on the show. So get your fur coat ready. Okay, sir. That's how it works. Yeah, I love this chat. You guys, you listen. Like the Ada gang. They for whatever reason they want to be the Cardano community. Maybe it's the word gang. I understand that because if you followed my career, New Money Gang was one of my channels. It is something we'll bring back. But the word gang scares some people. And I would like to invite you guys to be my chain gang. That sounds terrible. We'll have to maybe figure something out. And we that could be we're spitballing right now, obviously, and this would be an iteration. So just make sure that you guys, thank you, Turbo. Make sure you guys smash the like, and then we are going to be having a good time on this show, and we'll be doing this one, every Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. As far as the length of time goes, I'm sure there'll be some variation in it. We'll at least go 30 minutes, try to go an hour most of the time. Today was just kind of a let's set it up and see how it all works, and we'll go from there. So definitely got a few more articles to get into, which we are going to dive in right now. I was looking at this one, renewed optimism in crypto, stablecoin surge. When I read this is one of those articles, the headlines. I didn't read the article. I grabbed the headline because it grabbed my attention. And I thought, this would be interesting. Let's go through this only because the headline. So renewed optimism in crypto, stablecoin surge, and upcoming Bitcoin halving fuel market growth. Well, we know that the Bitcoin halving always, every time, brings market growth. But stablecoins, why stablecoins? That's not attractive in crypto. Why people don't get in crypto to get stablecoins unless people are getting in crypto and buying stablecoins just to hedge against the falling dollar. Now, that's an interesting notion. Would people do that? Would you just get into crypto just to buy like USDC or Tether or the Tron one that's the largest stablecoin? I don't know. Experts are optimistic about a bull run as the stable market grows by $9 billion. That is interesting, showing increased investor in confidence. What do you guys think about this? What, does that even make sense? This is the first line of a article. The stablecoin market grows by $9 billion, showing increased investor in confidence. But where's the rest of the money going? And is it flowing into stablecoins and then into the crypto market? Are people tethering off? Because that would not give me confidence. That would give me the idea that people are either taking profit, expecting it to go down, or DC, whatever, or you're trying to increase your position when things go down. That to me is why I would see a growth in numbers of stablecoin. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be missing something. A study by BetGet highlights a positive outlook for the crypto market due to the Bitcoin halving effect. That makes sense. We know that. The ETFs, that makes sense. All of these things would make sense that the bull cycle is possible. We know it's possible. Stablecoins also allow people to buy without an outside paper trail. That's an interesting one. That is an interesting one. That could be a fun little video that we do. Turbo, let's do that video if you'd like. How to get into crypto with stablecoins, because most of the time, excuse me, uh, what I advocate for people to get into crypto is, I will tell people Cash App. I mean, you got to find the easiest ways. Like, I'm not trying to say, hey, set up this account, use this, learn this, use this. Like, Cash App, you already got it, you already use it, you could buy Bitcoin on it. Wonderful. Venmo and PayPal. As long as you don't have a business account, which I have, I cannot. And it's fucking stupid. As a business owner with a PayPal account, I cannot have any crypto. But if you have a personal account, you can do what you want, apparently. And there are some other apps like that that you can use to get into the game. Now, Venmo and PayPal, I believe, have things like Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin. I don't know what other. I know that they've got some other options, whereas Cash App only has Bitcoin because it's owned by a maximalist. Jack, that was his name, right? The guy he was the founder of that and the founder of Twitter. Good old Jack. He was a Bitcoin maximalist. He liked Bitcoin. Maybe he changed his ways after he left Twitter. I don't even know. We'll see. Growth in the stable market. Let's read about this. Maybe this will change our minds. Into the Block, a blockchain analytics firm, reports a strong recovery in the stablecoin market, with assets like Tether and USDC adding over $9 billion since October of 2023. The surge, bringing the market cap to 133 billion, indicates increased liquidity and confidence in potential. I mean, okay, increased liquidity. People are ready. It's time to start buying, though. Analyst Desire suggests that stablecoins act as a bridge between traditional finance and crypto, with the growing market cap indicating expanding interest in crypto. That makes more sense. I understand this now. There we go. Liquidity. Bring that liquidity, dog. Bring the liquidity. Pump our bags. Long our lungs, as Bitcoin or BitLord would say. South Korea proposes stricter oversight on crypto executives. We'll do the TLDR. I'm a TLDR kind of guy. What about you? Are you guys and gals TLDR people, or do you want the full enchilada? South Korea plans to tighten crypto rules by making new executives seek approval before taking charge. I don't hate that. It's transparency. The changes aim to fix issues in current crypto laws, with approval expected in March. Binance cut ties with a local exchange to address South Korean regulators' concerns. Yikes. I think I don't own any BNB. Told you I did. Let's read about that. In response to these regulatory concerns, cryptocurrency exchange giant Binance announced plans to reduce its stake in the South Korean exchange GoPax. Binance currently holds the largest share in GoPax, and the FSC had delayed approving GoPax structural changes, possibly due to concerns related to Binance's legal issues in the United States. Interesting. Corey, TLDR means too long didn't read. So we are not going to read the articles because it's too long. And so it's basically the cliff notes. Give me the TLDR. I want the summary of the article. Very fast. And then if, we dug in a little bit on the Binance thing, and, that makes sense, right? And that's how we do it. We already looked at our XRP chart. Anything else worth looking at? Rio, that's one of my picks for the RWA project. I think this thing's going to tear at some point. Just absolutely rip. And I believe I don't know if it was Jacob. It was somebody that was it someone on Web3 Breakfast? Was it on Twitter? Somebody brought it to my attention, and it was a low market cap, and I think it was probably because we're on the monthly, right? So it was definitely in this month. So we heard about it in the pump. The pumpamentos. Mike, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate the visual cues in the chat. Guys, don't forget to smash the like and then hit subscribe. Help the channel grow. Need to get those watch hours up. That's my mission. Anthony, I think it was you. It was you. It was you that told me about Rio. Thank you. That was this alluvium. Alluvium, I tell you what, man. When I don't usually look at the monthly chart, but since I started zooming out on these things, holy fuck, are some of these charts trash? My goodness. Now, this is a perpetuals future. This is not a spot. This is a swap chart. So I assume it's going to look very similar, but not identical, but very similar. They usually do. This was a Solana coin Jito. I had gotten out of this thing at 250, 270. Got in at 215, got out at like 270. That was a good one. And I put those profits into the Solana ecosystem. And then we did very well. If you guys have not played at the soulcasino.io, I strongly urge that you have some fun. Only wager just a little bit. You can sports book it. They got some actual casino games. You got to run your VPN. I'm not saying that you got to run your VPN to skirt the laws. You always want that as a privacy and a security measure when you're surfing the internet. That should just be first and foremost. But you got to have at least that turned on in order to play the card games. But it's a live dealer, which is pretty cool. And we've gotten them to chat and shout out the Web3 Breakfast before. So maybe we'll do that again sometime. You never know. I'll do this evening show maybe from my house, maybe from somewhere else. I don't know. It all depends. It all depends on where I'm at 4 p.m. But we will come to you 4 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, and do the show. What else we got? Oh, and I did want to show you a few things that I am using for my RWA research. When I am looking at projects in the RWA ecosystem, because that's what I'm trying to learn all about right now, is I'm using two sites. And if RWAs is something that excites you, tokenized real world assets, I use rwa.world and then app.rwa.xyz. These are the two sites that I'm using right now to find everything that I can about some of these projects, building my own spreadsheet and trying to make sure that that I know exactly what's happening in this ecosystem between RWAs and DeFi. I mean, there's just no way you're going to lose if we pick some of the right projects. So I'm trying to learn everything I can, trying to get in touch with a lot of these projects so we could chat with them. This might be a great opportunity to do, a couple short interviews. I did a few of those. I did one with Seth from Mind Your Biz. It was like, man, I think it was like a 12 to 14 minute interview, and it was perfect, right? Maybe even less than that at the end of the day when we chopped it all up. And I think that was a little bit more digestible than a 30 to 60 minute interview. I don't know. We'll figure it all out. Corey. The Chattahoochee Daddy. If you guys are looking for a America themed Speedo, search for the Chattahoochee Daddy. I will not. I bought one that I thought I was going to be using for like a fun video, but it turns out no, I will not wear that on camera. Unless I was getting paid a lot of money. So we will not be wearing that, Corey. But if you guys feel free, if you want to rock the old Chattahoochee Daddy, that is all you, baby. Do y'all think Kenan, golly, man, I read it too fast. Y'all think RWAs are going to be the next narrative for the 2028 bull run? I think that they are going to be part of this one, to be honest with you. I think the D-pin in the RWA argument for this next bull run is going to be where it's at. I don't think Best part of the show is the fancy JChains logo. It looks like a Miami. This is a Miami club. Maybe I'll move to Miami and I'll start a Miami club. Doug, you can be the hype man. Man. I think that we saw gaming projects really run, and now it's time for some of these games to actually prove themselves. And so you will see Web3 gaming, the ecosystem really take off. But in my opinion, it's going to be the ones that actually have decent products. That's what's going to end up winning the day there. I think the race to just make money is over in Web3 gaming. Now they actually have to come in with a product. And I think the whole DeFi narrative and the traditional financial ecosystem and all that stuff. I think DeFi is going to be a big narrative, and Larry Fink, obviously you guys know that, and that's why the big focus on RWAs is knowing that the smart money, that's where they're going. You just follow the money, man. Like that's how you make it. Like you're early. Like if things have already popped off, move on. Like you don't try to catch it again. It'll be like residuals. Go where the action's happening. And so, the RWAs and DPIN is where the action's going to be happening. That's my opinion. So that's where I'm making a big push on. But like things will still pop off. The games, there will be pop off in the gaming ecosystem, but it's going to have to, have a product that backs and supports, the pop. The pop, boy. DPIN will have a good run. I agree with you. 6 a.m. Doug. RWAs in layer 1, Jacob. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see what else we got. Well, that was it, right? Like we did some markets, we did some news, I show you what I'm doing for research. Again, I mean, this particular site, this RWA.xyz, you can see, what some of these, projects where they actually have money, what some of these, these treasury market caps are. This is some fantastic stuff that gives you a lot of information about where that ecosystem's at, where it's headed. You follow the smart money. It's all you want to be doing is follow that smart money. I think that's it. This was just this was like what's the first episode of a series called? Pilot. This was the pilot. You guys let me know what you think. I appreciate you all being here. Make sure. Oh, I made made one of these little things right here. There we go. Hit the like on your way out. Appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Web3 Breakfast is back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, and then we'll be back here for the JChains Crypto Show tomorrow evening at 4 p.m. Eastern. So appreciate you all being here. Adios, amigo.